All right, welcome back to The Light, and we are live here in Atlantic City at the Noise Arts Garage with a gentleman who Nino Brown claims is the head of a criminal organization called CMB, but I don't see it. We're here with the one and only Mr. Christopher Williams. I wanted to start off with New Jack City because it's a film that I thoroughly enjoyed. And what was your experience like on that particular set? Because, you know, every time I see it, it's like I'm 25 again.
It was great. I mean, everybody was like fresh out the box, and, not only just what the movie did then, but what it's done for all of our careers, as far as Wesley, Chris Rock, Vanessa Williams, from the biggest star to the little star, the people behind the camera. It opened up a career for us, and it was like, seemed like the biggest cult film in history. So, I never get tired. I never know much time, not too much time ever goes on before someone walks to me and says, I never liked your pretty ass anyway. So those lines from the movie continue to live on. And even in chapter 2 of our careers, it's fun, reinventing ourselves. But wherever we go, we're always New Jacks at the end of the day, so it's cool.
Yeah, New Jack City ain't going nowhere. But I just sat through the show, and you still got the pipes, man. You still, still singing. What has life been like for you since New Jack City, especially with the music, because the music industry changes up would you say about every 5-10 years?
Now every 3 years. But in the 90s, yeah. I mean, we just continue to reinvent ourselves. I had a 10-year run out with theater because I started out at Purchase College with Wesley. Went back to the theater, did a lot of plays, one with Richard Roundtree and Alan Payne. Then went on to do one with Lisa Ray and Malik Yoba and Clifton Powell. Then I did a gospel one that I thoroughly enjoyed with Shirley Murdoch. I never thought I would like it, and it changed my life. So I had a run on stage, work with David Talbot, J.D. Lawrence, Marvin Webster. And then I just wanted to get back into music, and the music kind of wasn't really there the same. But fortunately, I've been able to tour. I go to Europe once a year. I come back, and now we're getting ready to do this tribute record to my Aunt Ella Fitzgerald, and it's a singles market now. So we're going to put some new music out and just venture out, Christmas record. Now it's just about intellectual properties and just continuing on the legacy behind and in front of the camera. Have some wonderful music coming out with 3 young artists that we have that we're really excited about. So like I said, man, and sometimes you just got to sit back and be a fan. For the last year, I've been kind of just following Bobby Brown around and cheering him on and just really enjoying seeing my brother's, legacy come back through the trials and tribulations. God stands strong and he can redeem anything. So,
wow, that's great. Well, keeping in the line of your music and your voice, you can sing. You've been blessed. You are able to sing anything and everything, and you've done it. If you haven't had a chance to see Christopher Williams in concert, you really should. Talk to me about how you feel about doing an intimate venue like this. I mean, I know everybody wants to do the Beyonce type stadiums, but real rap, I think this is a great venue for you, especially with trying to get back in the music career. But how do you feel about it?
I think it's a great venue too. I mean, I think any of the real vaudevillians from the day when we grew up listening to music, I've been taught whether there's 2 or 20,000, you just sing, you're put there to entertain. And I think the intimate setting always brandishes a better feeling. I've never, when you go see, for instance, Luther Vandross is one of the greatest singers ever in history. I don't care what color just one of the greatest singers ever. But to see him in like a 1,500-seater where it's not too big is amazing. Now, I'd like to perfectly see him in like a 600-700-seater where you can really get in around. But those are the shows that you really feel. And obviously something like this, when I can almost literally touch everybody, is fun. And it's a communication thing with music and the host of your music. People have, kept your music alive or think enough of you to, come see you. So it's always great, intimately. I don't like playing any place bigger than 2,000 seats. Even at the peak, we have peaks and valleys in our career, but now we do 2,000 seaters when we have like 4 or 5 of the 90s acts together. And it still feels good. Those are the perfect venues to do,
That's great. One thing about doing an intimate venue is you can't fake it. Either you got the chops or you don't.
No, that's true. When there are people looking at you right in your molars, you got to hold them notes. And I think that you just, again, I think it goes back to just having a zeal or a love for what you really do. You know what I mean? And I think that love perseveres over all. Even in your career and your job, we all have highs and lows in our dreams and aspirations. And I think the love for it always, I remember, the great Ollie Woodson from the Temptations used to always say, Chris, never, ever let that song leave your heart, because that's what's going to carry you through. So, all my endeavors, whether on stage as an actor or a singer or doing both in a play, I always appreciate every moment and try to make the most of it.
Okay, so this will be my last question. This will be the one to get you in trouble, so you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. You said that you did the tour with the other 90s acts. I've seen just about every act from the 90s. I lived the 90s. That's why I don't watch like biopics like Tupac and Biggie. Like I lived that stuff. So here's my question. When you do the 90s tour, do you walk around like, I can sing? The other cats, they lucky they had Teddy doing the beats.
I'm going to pray for everybody.
My man.
I'm gonna be honest. It does. I think I'm thankful. Like I said, man, because I have such a love for real. Like just like us communicating, I like to see people smile from entertainment, whether looking at art or whatever. So for me to be involved in it, it's like you got to put your best foot. And I'm gonna be honest. On some of those tours, I'm like, OMG.
I can name,
for the love of the song, I'm like, thank God the band is playing it right.
I can name one name who is notorious for messing up his own music. And no, I'm not gonna mention his name because I like to have a lot of fun, but I ain't trying to take food out of nobody's mouth. And if people want to see him,
fortunately, we do have some of the brothers from the '90s who really are, like we got young people like Joe and Maxwell, Anthony Hamilton. Really amazing artists who are really carrying on the right tradition, you know what I'm saying? You got Fantasia, you got Jilly from Philly. So there are a lot of people who are still really repping real vocals, and then there are people who are unfortunately sometimes living through a moment and a song or a couple of songs they had, and they go out and they got all the bells and whistles, but the true thing is the thing from, Stevie Wonder could sing Happy Birthday here, kill this whole audience with no piano, no nothing, because genuinely, you know what you get when and our legends are leaving, man. We just lost Aretha Franklin, so I mean, to not take this opportunity as the next generation to really try to hone in and take it seriously. We see Uncle Charlie at his age. You can't be playing on stage with people like Uncle Charlie, because he'll mop your ass up.
He will embarrass you. Listen, you got other people who want to take pictures, and I thank you so much for taking time to talk to me. Everybody, this is The Light with Raymond Tyler. We're here with the one and only Christopher Williams, New Jack City, Don't Wake Me, I'm Dreaming. I can't remember the one where you jacked Gangstar's beat for Dwick, every little thing. All right. Primo, what's up? All right. What'd you say? Primo want his money?
People got that money, though. We settled that bread.
That's what's up. Thank you so much. We'll be back with more of The Light right after this.